All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Tom. It's episode 2 of Transfer Daily, where I plan to do transfer videos every day. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do as much as possible. There's rumors every day. I could do something every day. I think I could challenge myself to do this. You know what I mean? Unless, there's, too much going on and I can't do it. But, I'm gonna try. Just want to put it out there. So it might get hot in here though. So let me just crack a window just a little bit. I don't want people outside to hear me thinking I'm a crazy man, you know. But guys, before we get any further, smash the thumbs up button. I have a lot of transfers to go through in this video. A lot, quite a lot, you know. And I think you guys would like this. So if you have not yet been informed on some of these transfers, you know, this would be the video for you, you know what I mean? Or if you are informed and you have an opinion, you could just, you know what I mean, share your opinion down in the comments. Let me know how you feel about each transfer or a specific transfer. And I'm basing my transfer daily on the Premier League. If there's a dry Premier League day, I might do some other leagues, but Premier League, I want to focus on the Premier League because it might just be a little bit too much to cover all the other leagues. So guys, we're going to start the video. It's random. I have random transfers, but I'm going to decide which ones I'm going to highlight in the title and the thumbnail. But let's start with Marcus Rashford, where his future at Manchester United is very questionable. And it's quite surprising though, you know, and it's kind of sad to see an academy prospect, you know, somewhat of a generational type talent, kind of fell out with his manager, shipped off to Aston Villa, kind of revived his career a bit because his career was a bit stale at Manchester United. And now he was linked with Barcelona. He probably got offers from Saudi Arabia, like everyone has offers from Saudi Arabia, and now it's like they're trying to decide what to do with Marcus Rashford. Basically, what are they going to do with him? So I've been hearing that the board is, you know, trying to get the relationship between Rashford and Ten Hag to be mended so that Rashford could continue. But in my opinion, I think the best solution for Rashford would just be to move on to a new adventure. So let's see where this one goes. You know, let me know your thoughts down below on Marcus Rashford's situation. Let's see if he will go to Barcelona or some other club or will stay at Man United. I want to run through these very, very fast. You know, I don't want to linger too much. But the similar situation with Alejandro Garnacho, the young Argentinian winger, where he's fell out of favor and fell out with his manager, Ruben Amorim. And Ruben Amorim basically told him, you know, according to reports, that he does not have a future at Manchester United, to find another club ASAP. So let's see, you know, how that one works out. And I've been, you know, it's been in the rumor that Alejandro Garnacho told his agent that he wants Real Madrid. I think, and the price is about 60 million euros. I don't know. I don't see that happening. I think a solution for this one would be a loan move for Alejandro until they can sort out their business. Yeah. And let's see where this one goes, man. Alejandro Garnacho, Marcus Rashford, Man United. Questions, you know, just question mark. Where would these players end up? So for a confirmed transfer that I have yet to talk about is Dean Huijsen, the young Spanish international. I think he's Dutchman, but he plays for Spain. And he's going to move from Bournemouth to Real Madrid for 50 million. I think it's 50 million pounds if I'm not mistaken. So he's a centre-back by trade. He's young. He's, you know, very talented, highly rated. And this was his breakout season. So all the best to Dean Huijsen, who was linked with a move to other clubs, including some Premier League clubs. But to go to Real Madrid, oh man, that's a big move. That is a big move. Are you a Spanish international? You know, dream move for the youngster. The next up, guys, Victor Gyökeres, Sporting to Arsenal. That's been the rumor, and I've been, of course, he's linked to Chelsea. Where would he end up? I won't be surprised if he ends up at Chelsea, but he's been heavily linked with a move to Arsenal. Is it going to materialize? This move should have been sanctioned since January. Arsenal should have splashed the cash on this player, and I think it would have actually helped them rival Liverpool for the Premier League title, which they, flunked out and basically bottled a very, very strong position in the league. So let us see where Victor Gyökeres ends up. The man scored a ton load of goals this season, man. Let me tell you the exact amount of goals Gyökeres scored this season. So let me find his name, and, we're going to touch on that really, really quick. I don't want to be too long-winded, but definitely, yep, he's there in one of the hot searches on Transfermarkt. 26-year-old Swedish international, and this season he scored 39 goals in Liga Portugal for Sporting, 8 assists. In the Champions League, he had 6 goals. In the cup over there, Allianz Cup, 4 goals. He had 5 goals in Ataca de Portugal. The man scored a ton load of goals for Sporting this season. And this was a former Brighton player. He played for Swansea, Coventry, so he knows the English game. He's been in England. He knows the game. So it's only right that you sign a prolific player like Gyökeres. And, a lot of talented players come over from the Portuguese league. It's a league that produces, a lot of very, very good players. He's valued at 75 million euros. So Arsenal going to have to probably pay a little bit more than that, splash the cash to get their man. So let's see if Arsenal do sign Gyökeres or not. I think they should have put their money into Gyökeres already instead of going in for Martin Zubimendi. Arsenal, I think they got their priorities very, very mixed up, if you ask me. So the next one we have on the list is Benjamin Sesko. While we're at it, we talk about Sesko, RB Leipzig to Arsenal. That's, a deal that is currently being worked on. I think Arteta and Arsenal tried to sign him in 2024. Didn't work out. Player didn't want to go, I think. Tried to sign him in January. Didn't work out. And now they're trying to get their man again for the 2025-26 season. And I think it's imperative that Arsenal sign a striker. And I think they should go in for both of these guys, as a matter of fact, not just one of them. Go in for both of them. Why not? Splash the cash. If you don't splash the cash, you're not going to compete. It's going to be very rare that you compete if you do not splash the cash. And Arsenal, I think if they fail to, sanction these deals or convince these players to sign, convince the clubs to let their players go for the money that they're bidding, they're going to have a very rough season once again. So in terms of Sesko, let me see what his stats look like for RB Leipzig last season. He's valued at 65 million euros. 22 years old, so he's one for the future. He's a Slovenian international. He's tall. And he's been around the block for quite a while, playing for RB Salzburg in the past. So he scored 13 goals, 5 assists in the Bundesliga last season. Numbers not that great, but he also had 4 goals in the Champions League as well. So 17 goals, 21 goals. He scored 4 in the DFB Pokal. So very prolific. I'd say very productive. Prolific might be a little bit more. Victor Gyökeres is prolific. You know what I'm saying? Erling Haaland is prolific. Salah is prolific. So, look, maybe Arsenal could further unlock another level of this player. Let's see. Let's see how it works out and if Arsenal are able to get their man. But for now, this is just a rumor. So I'm not going fast enough. I don't want these videos to be super, super long. But let's run through the next couple. You know what I mean? We're not going to linger too much. But Kyle Walker, Man City, to where? Where is he going to end up? Loan move to AC Milan was probably not so successful, not convincing the the folks over at AC Milan to keep him, and Pep said he's no longer in his plans. He won't even be involved in the Club World Cup. So, you know, trying to find a new home for Kyle Walker. And next up, let us talk about, I want to talk about this one, but I'm going to leave it for last. It's a Liverpool player, and it should be in the title. Let's leave that one for last. Let's leave that one for last. So stick around. Confirmed. Johnny Evans has retired from football, all football, and he retires as a, Premier League champion with United. I think he won most things with United. I'm not going to get into the details, but Johnny Evans has definitely called time in his career, and let's wish him all the best in his retirement. Kevin Danso, centre-back, Swiss centre-back, formerly of Southampton. He joined Spurs on a permanent basis from Lens in the French league, 25 million euros. He was there on loan, impressed, helped them win the Europa League, and they chose to make his deal permanent. So let's see if, he helps Spurs do anything this season. He's going to be playing Champions League football as well. Also at Spurs, Timo Werner has been released, sent back to RB Leipzig. They didn't, wasn't impressive enough for Spurs to make the deal permanent. And Werner is just a sad case, if you ask me. The man just misses so many shots in front of goal, and he's just pace and no sense, if you ask me. I used to like him a lot, but I don't know, man. Waste. A few more Spurs players. Fraser Forster, the goalkeeper, veteran goalkeeper, release, contract ended, so he was allowed to leave. No extension. Same for Alfie Whiteman from Spurs, release. Sergio Reguilon, he was also let go. And he's just a sad case too. I remember when he was at Sevilla, was really good. Went to Real Madrid, had some good games. He even ended up at Man United. He's been playing musical chairs for some time, and it's just sad. Danny Ings, former Southampton, former Liverpool man. His contract at West Ham ended, and he was released. And let me see if I have any more releases right now. No more releases, but Calvin Phillips, he had successful surgery on his Achilles, and it has been said that he's not even in Pep's plans going forward. So he's a City player, came over from Leeds, big money, but did not hit the ground running. Most City players don't hit the ground running unless you're Omar Mamouche. But, he didn't hit the ground running, and he didn't, catch up to, he never got up to speed. Let's just put it that way. It's just sad, man. He was such a really good midfielder, was in the England team. He lost his place, and he just lost form. He went to West Ham. Didn't do well. He went to Ipswich. They got relegated. It's just sad, man. Let's see where he's going to end up. Most likely out on loan once again. I hope he could find a spark and, get his career up and going once again. So, big news for Manchester City. Pep Lijnders, former Liverpool assistant manager, former NEC Breda and RB Salzburg manager. He was let go by Salzburg in December. He is now assistant to Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. The little Liverpool fans are like, oh, Pep, what's going on, man? What's going on? Traitor, man. Traitor. So, yeah. Let's see how that one goes. So, Colo Touré is also being considered after the departure of veteran manager and assistant manager Juan Malillo. Inigo Dominguez and Carlos Vicens. These players, these coaching staff have all left Manchester City. Neil Maupay, I just snuck this one in. He has left Everton to join Marseille for £3.4 million, and let's see if he's going to ruffle the feathers of defenders over there, League On. So I have two more to talk about. Rayan Cherki from Olympic Lyon to Manchester City. City have definitely submitted a bid. They're serious about Cherki. Also want to sign Pep Lijnders and form that midfield duo there to replace Kevin De Bruyne. So City are definitely serious about the young Frenchman with Algerian background, and he could also play on the right wing, and he could play as a central midfielder. But he's been around since he was about 16 years old, so he's young, but he has a lot of experience, and I'm definitely excited about this potential move. Rayan Cherki, Lyon to Manchester City. And last but not least, guys, on the list, if you have any more suggestions you want to see me talk about, let me know in the comment section down below. But it must be concrete. It must be a real rumor or real interest from a club towards a player. Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz could be leaving Liverpool Football Club. The man is 28 years old. Liverpool have gotten, I think, about 3.5 good seasons out of Luis Diaz. I think he came in a January transfer window, if I'm not mistaken, 21-22. And he was ripping it up at Porto. He scored 41 goals in about 125 appearances with a handful of assists. And he also have scored 41 goals for Liverpool. I think this was his most productive season, scoring, I think he scored about 17 goals this season, or 21 goals. Let me pull up his profile really quick. Diaz, bam. Just for context sake, you know what I mean? I just can't be just talking without the numbers. So he's rated at 70 million euros. He's been linked with a move to Barcelona and also Al Nassr in the Saudi Arabian League. And you know, when the Saudi money come calling, players are tempted, especially these players from South America. You know, they're going to be willing to bounce out, man. So he scored a total of about 17 goals this season, Luis Diaz. And he also picked up, 8 assists. 17 goals, 8 assists. He's a high productivity player, swashbuckling down the left wing, tormenting defenders, and he will definitely be a big miss for Liverpool if he goes. 70 million euros he's rated. Liverpool got him for 54 million, and they'll be making a profit on him because he's definitely improved, and he's been capped 63 times, by Colombia with 18 international goals. So the man, listen, 50 appearances this season shows a lot of, he's fit, 36 Premier League appearances, 17 goals, 8 assists. The man is fit, he's fast, and he's talismanic. He's a player that you want in your club. He's not a player that you want to lose. So let's see where Luis Diaz ends up. Guys, let me know if you think he's going to stay or if he's going to go. Let me know down below. Not what you want. Just let me know what you think is going to happen. I know every Liverpool fan is going to want him to stay. But, if another club is calling and they're paying the right amount of money, you could use that money and bring in a 22, 23-year-old player who would have a much brighter future at the club. Like, be there for a longer time. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, let's see how this one ends up, and more to follow, guys. I already have a bunch of names right here for episode 3, and I will be adding more as the rumors and the deals have been confirmed. So hope you enjoyed this episode. It's a little longer, trying to keep it under 20 minutes, trying to keep it under 15 minutes, but this one's going to be close to 20 minutes. But go back and check out episode 1. Check out all the recent videos. I'm ramping up the content, putting in some effort, and giving you guys some real uncut for your head tops. You know what I'm saying? Straight off the top. All right? So, well, not straight off the top. I got a reference here. I got the book, but you get what I'm saying. But guys, thanks for watching yet another one. I'm your boy Dom. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. It's getting hot in here, man. Guys, we talk soon.